Yeah, that's the Labour reform bill being watered down. And in fact, it is the main topic of the French newspapers today. Nick Rushworth is joining me here on set. They're all talking about it, aren't they, Nick?
Hi to you, Stuart. Indeed, the whole of the press. Let's go right away to Le Parisien aujourd'hui en France. And it has headline, Tout ça pour ça, all that for that. So we've seen student protests, haven't we? We've had the unions, negotiations on Monday, big ones, big time. And of course, the government has backtracked. Of course, the paper is asking this Tuesday, well, are these U-turns or are they actually concessions? What's the difference between a concession and a U-turn? This is a complex raft of measures, as we know. The main drive of it is to introduce flexibility into that 35-hour week that the French enjoy, and also to cap things such as payouts for unfair dismissal and so on. Lots of nitty-gritty stuff. There you can see the editorial in Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien, saying an ersatz de projet, a pale shadow of what it was. This, of course, brought in by the Valls team and apparently rewritten over the weekend in haste with the prospect of more demonstrations. So let's go to another paper, Libé, here talking upbeat about it, saying Valls here has discovered the art of dialogue. He's actually engaged with the unions constructively. This is, of course, a left-wing paper, and he is now the champion of compromise. Now, that paper, though, albeit left-wing, Stuart, has this great word, gaffologie, which is gaffs a go-go. And it says that Valls here has really been engaged in a whole process of introducing a whole series of reforms, which, if they, as they stood now, they would have been accepted without a problem. But his push to impose this raft of measures on which 2 out of 3 French people oppose, was just a series of gaffes in terms of PR with those student groups and with the unions. Now, let's go to the right-wing press. Le Figaro has got that there, Valls looking fairly relaxed, but that headline, marche arrière toute, so backtracking, so that whole question of U-turns, of course. Let's go to another right-wing paper, L'Opinion, and it has a cartoon with its front page there, looking at the government in somewhat of a disarray. And again, that same headline, Le Grand Bond arrière, backtracking, and it's saying that, well, what we've got here is that we've gone from a labour law, reforming the labour process, to actually the creation of unemployment law. So that's its take. What was supposed to be good for employers to introduce flexibility has instead been reworked so that the employers now face uncertainty and more constraints, and of course the measures are being redrafted to be favourable to employees. So that's very much the take on the right-wing, left-wing angle. Stuart, to continue, I want to go to La Croix, the Catholic daily, and you can see their front page there. And it has a take about the young people, the 18 to 25-year-olds in France, who are very worried about the prospects of getting a job. You know that the 1 in 4 French people in that age group do not have work at all. And they are it's a mammoth task, really, isn't it, for them to find any kind of job. So La Croix, its front page angle is very much, well, the upbeat news out of these negotiations on Monday is that what we have is an allowance of 426 euros that goes to the young people in that age group who have been out of work for more than 1 year. They will get specific help if they've had no training during their 1 year in employment to actually get a job. So a whole lot of wrangling, but as we saw with Aujourd'hui en France, tout ça pour ça, all that for that. I just want to end the press review, Stuart, this time. You'll love this. It's about the early bird rises. It's still a work-related theme.
Certainly are.
Well, I got up this morning at 2:30 a.m. to do the press review.
I'm sure past 2.
Okay.
So there you go.
So we are in for the long haul in terms of being the early bird, early risers. And this is Libé. It has a piece, of course, it has all those pages about the Labour Reform Bill. But here we've got the book Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, which is a self-help book, which argues if you get up an hour earlier than usual, you can meditate and relax and create some quality time for yourself. Perhaps the only quality time. I know it doesn't work for you.
No, I don't think that. I'm not sure I'm going to get up even earlier.
But apparently this book now is out in France. It's in French, and so we're 2016, so 4 years after the US bestseller list, this book, Miracle Morning, is making waves in France, with the French getting up early to go to work, which is the scoop of the day there for you.
Okay, I don't want a copy, Nick, okay? Just make sure you don't send me a copy. Nick, thanks so much. Nick Rushworth of the papers here on France 24.